my excuse is that I'm in a new apartment and my second monitor is currently at my feet and my microphone is in a drawer. So
It's okay. That's understandable. That's
Totally okay.
understandable. That's okay. Well, on that wild note, let's go ahead and jump into things. The first thing I need to do is just cover a few of the wonderful folks that help keep us on the air and doing cool shows like this and cool charity shows. First folks I want to bring up are the wonderful folks at Grinding Coffee. They are a black LGBT plus, there we go, owned coffee company that creates a fantastic mixture of different roasts and blends. Go check out their website, Grinding Coffee Co. Honestly, some of the flavors they have are amazing and you will not regret picking any of them up. If you do see multiple flavors that you like and you're kind of on the fence about which ones to go with, go ahead and grab a sample pack. You can grab a few different flavors, a little bit of each, try them out, see how you like them, and go ahead and pick some more up. You'll be supporting a fantastic independent business. You'll be supporting a black-owned business. You'll be supporting an LGBT plus owned business. Go ahead and throw FWRD in the checkout for some money off your purchase. That is Grinding Coffee Co. And they are fantastic. Also, hi Raiders, we're just getting started. Hope you're doing all right. Doing the credits to the people who help keep us on the air, that's all. The wonderful folks at Grinding Coffee Co. are one of them. The other folks that I want to bring up real quick, we are affiliates with Dice Envy. You may have seen their dice on the interwebs, and if you haven't, go check out their dice on the interwebs. They make some incredible different colors, patterns, and even the materials they make. You can pretty much get whatever kind of dice you want. Go ahead and use our affiliate link, which should be in the chat eventually, as long as Nightbot is actually choosing to work this time. It's been a little temperamental as of late. We'll say temperamental. But yeah, go ahead and check out Dice Envy for all your dice needs. They are wonderful, they are fantastic, and they support a whole bunch of amazing creators, so go ahead and check them out. Finally, the last wonderful folks that keep us here is Roll20. We are a Roll20 Spotlight programmed stream. Roll20 is a fantastic online toolset that helps you bring your pen and paper RPGs online with a whole bunch of various different tools that you can utilize to make your games that much more special and that much more immersive for the online crowds. You can go ahead and sign up for free at roll20.net, or you can also pay for subscription services, which give you some more perks and some more tools, and gives you early access to a lot of tools that they are trying out. You should definitely go ahead and check them out. They also have a whole bunch of amazing TTRPGs that you can pick up and play. I actually think they currently have a sale on a few indie games and a lot of the D&D source books, so go ahead and check them out at roll20.net. Roll20, this is how we roll. Speaking of rolling, let's go ahead and roll onwards, shall we? Who wanted to give the folks here a quick rundown as to what happened last session?
I believe that's going to be me. So it was post-battle with a tentacly undead creature. A lot of that time was spent trying to figure out how to speak with dead, but we couldn't because it was undead. So that was a big part of it. We made sure the queen was okay. Well, Nawi mostly did that. And then Nawi and the queen went to find Sinclair, who was missing. And we found out that Sinclair is who we believe that was being targeted by this whole thing. He was hurt a bit and ended up at a blacksmith's locale. I don't know, it's like part shop, part house. And that was what happened.
There's a lot of talking and chatting and planning involved and trying to get all of the information correct, certainly. But yeah, Nawi is currently off with, and spent some time with Sinclair, showing a weird dynamic between the two, to say the least, as Sinclair has been relatively patched up. They are at the blacksmith slash barbecue joint of a dwarven individual. In the meantime, the rest of the party have gathered what information they can from this creature that has assailed them just recently. It's very much what comes next is going to be the most interesting thing for y'all to work out at the moment. Nawi, I don't remember, were you making your way back to the rest of the party? Or were you just giving the queen had asked for some privacy to speak with Sinclair? I know that you stepped outside, but I wanted to confirm whether you were returning back to the party or not, because I don't remember.
If the queen asked her to wait, she's waiting. And if the queen told her she'll meet her back at the castle, she's going back. Because I believe the queen talked about, like, closing off the whole castle, so I thought now I was going back to give that order.
That's the one. Yes.
I believe the queen tasked her, like, go tell... I don't know who would be in charge because her and Sinclair are there, but... Oh, goodbye, guy. But...
Okay.
I believe she's going back to tell somebody, like, the queen said this.
Awesome. Yeah, you'll be going back to give the lockdown command, so to speak, and actually make sure that everyone present is who they say they are. Okay, cool. So you'll be making your way back. What is the rest of the party doing, do we think? Because we've had this long discussion about this creature and the magics involved and who was actually being targeted. You know that Nawi is probably going to be on their way back relatively soon. But is there anything that the party wanted to do specifically at the castle or the library or speaking to anyone before venturing off to recoup your party?
Mara's taking Dahoan around the castle. Is this guard? Is this the guard? Is this the guard?
Mara, all of these guards are starting to look the same. They already looked the same to me. I think this...
Your cats find the guard? Could they sniff him out?
Okay, alright, technically. I mean... No, because there's nothing to sniff.
Bold of you to assume that cats will listen to your commands.
Also bold of you to assume that my cats who choose to appear at will and randomly are familiars of mine in any kind. Go sniff out this person. Fuck you. I'm gonna go vanish now. There's literally nothing to sniff, right? Unless they sniff. It's not like I hugged the guard. They couldn't even sniff me.
Well, he's at your door. Maybe
really.
they can smell who's in the hallway.
I feel like the best individual to ask for that is Anawi, technically, with
Lupa?
Thank you, Lupa.
Yeah, at the moment. I mean, you could attempt to make a survival check if you would like to, for any kind of evidence to be able to track.
If this is like our outing right now, I'll just, as we're walking and Mara's like, is this one, I'll also be doing the Sixth Sense cantrip. Yeah, vibe check on all
just
the cards.
Constantly vibe checking.
Vibe check you.
Okay.
Vibe check you.
Watching you. Okay. I'm here for it. Okay.
Are we rolling survival? I will roll.
If you would like, yeah. I'm giving you the option if you'd like.
Survival is... Ooh, please. It's a 14.
Okay. With 14, the area is already filled with various different sense, smells, and marks of the other people that kind of traverse this area. There's nothing specific that unfortunately stands out to you as unusual. Jacaranda, you do not have anyone ping with bad vibes on your vibe check. There are some neutral folks, there are some good-hearted folks, there are some folks that are kind of assholes, but nothing inherently alarming.
Give the
Yes.
good people, like the good-hearted people, flowers. And then the asshole people, I will... what will I do? I'm gonna do something.
Are you nature Santa? Are you gonna give them like a pile of dirt?
I know, I was like trying to figure out what I was gonna give them, but I don't have anything gross or bad.
Just give them a rock.
No, but rocks can be really cool.
Yeah, so give them like
Now,
like
and we're out of worm goo, so
no worm
Just grow,
goo-
like,
goo's
Just grow a little
helpful.
thing of thorns.
Yeah.
Just grow a little thing of thorns. Just like
No,
I'll
no.
just throw it so
Uh,
they'll catch it and they'll hurt their hands.
Just stick them with burrs.
Oh, as
Birds
I'm
are
walking
awful.
away, so
Yeah.
it just goes on their back and I just have it on there. It's like slightly inconvenienced.
I'm here for it.
We're
I'm
here for
it.
petty Jacaranda.
No, hear me. I'll put the burrs like on their butts, so when they sit next, they'll be like, ah.
Yes.
Like it won't actually hurt, but they'll be startled.
This is how I will use
Talk
my
to the
power.
system.
Either on their butts or like just super tangled in their hair.
It'd be like a very low, like, there you go. Bye.
Sure. Why not? It'll
Orin
be
is just
fun.
following and just snickering to himself.
All right. Okay.
listen, Mara is a Scooby-Doo detective. She has to get to the bottom of things.
Having this interesting wander around the castle, there is no one and nothing that really particularly stands out to you right now. It's probably after this lap of the castle that no, you go ahead and make your way back. There are more senior guards that will be able to get the word out, so you can go ahead and approach them and let them know. They're not the leader, but you're in good stead with the people of Scythia, so they will listen to you.
Yeah, I mean, I let them know that the queen's called for some sort of. I assume they understand whatever the procedure is. I'm sure they just start doing that. I'm like, the queen said no one can go, and I'm sure they're like, oh, okay.
Hmm? It doesn't take long before they won as people who are not subjects. Firstly, they ask y'all to leave, and secondly, they will go ahead and start locking up the castle and ensuring that all the staff that were in the castle remain in the castle.
They ask us to leave the castle?
Yes, as people who are not suspects, they will ask you to leave.
Oh,
Fair enough.
okay.
Who are not
Mara's like-
suspects.
Mara's like, who's gonna die now?
Excuse?
Considering the situation, you are the only people who currently are not a guilty party other than the Queen herself and Sinclair. So if they are locking up to keep the guilty people inside, it makes sense to avoid putting y'all in danger for that exact reason.
They would be locked in there with us. We wouldn't be locked in there.
Exactly.
I'm not locked in here with you.
We know that, the gods don't.
Jacaranda from Elf.
Jacaranda was
You
here for
understand.
business today.
Just be like,
Jacaranda woke up and
extra
chose
tall.
is choosing violence.
I haven't had enough sun today, okay? This has been an indoor day. I need to
Fucking
get outside.
cloudy as shit and pissed.
I'm hungry.
I'm hangry.
I will give you a splinter, bitch.
That's what you should have given everyone, just a freaking annoying splinter.
Oh, shake their hand, but make like a little pointy part.
Ah.
Right between the fingers.
No. Oh.
Thanks.
I don't know what's
hate
going
it.
on with Jacaranda today, but she's on one.
Okay, don't piss off Jacaranda.
Yeah, Jacaranda is the big bad. Watch out.
We were supposed to have a party for Jacaranda. I don't think it's gonna happen.
We're having a
We
petty
still-
party.
We still could. I don't know when that. I don't know where we are in space and time in the game.
I feel like it hasn't reached the birthday yet.
No, it's supposed
It
to be like
hasn't
a
reached
week.
the 2
It's been like 3 days.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, the birthday was arbitrary to begin
Yeah,
with.
there
It was
wasn't
kind of
an
just
actual
like,
birthday.
like
I guess now we ask. Should we wait nearby? Should we go into town?
Let's go to the cafe.
Oh yes. Nick Cafe.
Did we just have breakfast?
Well, we did a lot. It's
No,
truly
there was a lot
lunch.
since breakfast.
There's
It's
been a
like
lot since
it's like
breakfast.
lunchtime now. I left
Yeah.
and came back and I did
This
like a
is
whole
true.
thing.
This is true. There's a whole
There was a
traveling everywhere.
whole lot since breakfast.
That
There
one
was a
is
breakfast
hungry.
at some point.
It's true. This is one of those days that lasts weeks and weeks and weeks.
Indeed. Okay. So, having been removed from, well, not removed, having been asked to leave from the castle, I should say. Removed is perhaps a bit harsh. That indicates hostilities. No. Having been politely asked to leave the castle grounds, you happen upon the same cafe that you spent some time with both yourselves and the Queen. Cafe itself seems to be relatively busy. Not particularly filled, but at the same time, also there's enough background noise to just make things a little homey, a little more comfortable. As we're walking in, though, Dawan, what is your passive perception?
I believe it's 13, but let me double check. It is 13.
Okay.
I know my character.
Cool. As you're stepping inside, you can go ahead and find yourself a table, get yourself set up, yada yada yada. There is something that catches the corner of your eye, Dawan. Nothing alarming, just a little kind of, that particular robe looks a little bit familiar.
Does it look like the cultist robes?
Okay, good. Because there was about to be some
Oh no.
murder.
It is
It's like casually out and about a cultist.
a lined and loose robe with a mixture of black, purples, and pinks.
Can I roll a history to see if I remember?
I mean, if you would like to make an active,
Active?
yeah, like either a history or a investigation check. Either or, history or investigation.
I'll
for it.
I'll go with history. I've got a bigger modifier.
Or
Sentence-
not?
Sentences said moments before disaster.
I would just like to say that I have a +8 for history. It's an 11, which means I rolled a 3.
Okay.
That's an 11.
It's it's most certainly a familiar robe. You know that it's not familiar from anything recent per se. The individual wearing the robe seems to have the robe itself is rather baggy, so it's already covering a lot of their physique. But their hood is also up, and they're kind of having a discussion with someone over a couple of pots of tea. Seems like they've been here for a little while now. But nothing. It's like on the tip of your tongue.
Is it?
You're not quite there.
Is it like the same? Is it like the same rope that we found at the mansion? Didn't we give it to Jack? Didn't we give you the like?
Yeah, the glamour.
The
It's not glamour weave. No.
Okay.
It is a very specific robe that you have seen before, but cannot quite place right now.
Is it that person that you didn't know who they were?
Is this Sally?
Yeah, it's
Right,
Sally.
Who the fuck is Sally?
Yeah, is it Sally?
Who the fuck is Sally? Wait.
It is not Sally.
Okay, that was the only thing I could think.
Who
And
is
it's
Sally?
baggy?
Yes, it is. It is a robe that.
I mean, at this point, I'm just gonna say in character, Dowan, like as we're sitting, Dowan's just staring at this person's robe. So if other people pick up on me, just
do you know them?
I mean, I can't see them, but the robe seems so familiar.
Should I go say hello?
Does Mara recognize the room?
Yeah, can I make a
Can
a history or investigation check?
I don't think Mara was in the room during this
What
encounter.
happened?
Okay, good.
But
Mara
I
has no idea.
believe Oren was. So I will let you have a difficult history check.
Okay.
Because you have only seen this pattern once, so to speak.
Okay, so we're doing history.
What if I copy it and I put it? I have mine.
Oh
I
my
just
god!
my robe's gonna be the same as their robe.
I rolled a 3
they can-
too, so
Oh
7.
no! I was gonna say so you can have
The
an up close
cursed-
and personal look at
It's a
it.
cursed history.
I can just go say hello to them.
Or I'll just cough so that they'll turn around. You can see their face.
Now he starts to get up.
Okay. Are you walking just straight up to the table?
If no one stops her, I can't trust that Naui is doing that.
Okay. You see, sat at the table. First of all, there is an older halfling individual on the other side of the table that just seems to be in casual discussion with this person. On the other side, their hood is up, so it is difficult to see, but they are a black elvish individual. You can see the slight kind of poking of the elvish ears towards the sides. They're a rather handsome individual. They have kind of tucked behind the robe itself and hood what appears to be a set of long, intricately braided locks that seem to continue quite far down their back from what you can see. They have a few piercings, but apart from that, their skin is relatively kind of soft and smooth. They evidently take good care of themselves. And as you kind of step over, the halfling individual is probably the first one to address you. So they're just like, as you can see, hello.
And I look at the Elvish person and say in Elvish, hello, cousins, how are you? How do you do?
Oh shit.
And they kind of the halfling woman, not understanding Elvish, just kind of go, okay. All right. There is a moment where the individual kind of just finishes sipping the tea they have. You can see they have quite a floral scented tea in their hands. They place it down and look up towards you. Just good day.
I'm sorry to bother you, cousin. My friends, do you know? You don't know me. I say cousin, like like a greeting, like we are similar. But my friends over there, they believe we know each other. Perhaps we could all just share a drink together.
Dawn is just like, oh god, this is not.
And we'll go ahead and
I embarrass her a lot. I'm sorry.
they turn their heads back towards the table, and the table would see a set of kind of a mixture of both like a brownish gold and a slight purplish tinge to their eyes as they look back. Dewan Oren, you immediately recognize this as the face of someone that you met in Dewan's hometown that gave you a little bit of information as well as a nice spot of tea.
Is it the barmaid?
This is Odeon.
Nope, not the barmaid.
No, this is Odeon.
Not the barmaid.
What's the name?
Odeon.
Odeon.
Oh, Odious.
Not odious.
I know.
Odeon, but
I
yes.
feel like we made this joke the first time we met Odeon.
Mhm, mhm.
Odious Odeon. That I think Dawan's just going to say Odious. I mean Odeon.
Oh, I think she remembers you now.
They kind of instinctively reel back just a touch at Odious and kind of roll their eyes before. Greetings, Dewan. It's been a while.
You're a long way from
You
the
are.
village.
I was about to say the same for you. You are further away than I would have expected you to be, being such a homebody.
Well, I couldn't just leave this group on their own. They get into far too much trouble. What are you doing here?
Sightseeing.
I make an insight check for
Yeah.
that.
Sure thing.
21.
Jeez. Wait. I'm gonna throw away these fucking virtual dice. Just 6.
What was the roll, sorry?
Mine was a 6.
A 6. Okay.
So Dawan is going to respond. Have you seen the flying blimps? Blimps?
I
Yep,
have
right?
indeed
Blimps?
seen
Okay.
plenty of airships in my time. Yes.
Airships, that's the word.
I do not tend to visit the cities too often anymore, but there is a unpleasantness I feel around them.
Cities or airships?
Both?
The
I don't
latter,
fuck
they
either,
are
really.
noisy.
Yes, they are very noisy. Everyone seems very used to all the noise here, and I don't understand.
Wait, a city is noisy or an airship is noisy?
They're all noisy. Everything
They're
is so
both.
noisy.
They are both noisy, but which one do you mean is noisy?
In this particular case, I'm talking about the machines.
Okay.
So
Also, are you
JavaScript,
friends?
deal with.
You two? You know each other? You're friends?
We are acquaintances.
We come from the same village.
Hmm.
So friends.
Dewan is an impressive medical expert. I just happen to know my way around some magics and pick up some interesting tidbits here and there.
Like what? What's one?
Name 4 of your albums.
Right to the point. What are your top 10 hits?
Yeah. What do you like?
They'll pause and kind of chuckle to themselves. I suppose a few of you haven't seen my tricks yet. And they will look towards the barkeep and simply say, "Another pot of tea for my friends." The barkeep will wander over, start making up this teapot, the same way that Odion himself has it. And as they step away, Odion will flick their fingers forwards. You see a incredibly thin strand of magical energy fire out from his fingertip to the teapot itself and latch on. You watch as they flick their hand up. The teapot will follow. It will slowly trail the pot down onto the table that you are currently sat at. And as they look across the various different cups, they lift up their whole hand this time. And that same thin razor wire strand comes from each fingertip. It slowly begins to manipulate the teacups down onto the table. They will let the threads go and immediately return to their own cup with a little smile on their face.
That is the cute potty trick.
And Jackar's like, I can do this, and does like a druid craft thing to make like a teapot that is made out of flowers and set it on the table. You can have it.
They'll turn towards their guest. If you could just give me a moment, we'll continue this conversation later.
Do I recognize our guest at all or no? Like, not at all.
Not particularly, I don't think. Yeah, nothing particularly tips you off as being someone that you've met before or anyone particularly important from like any texts or missives you may have read.
Did I overhear what they were saying at all when I walked up?
Yeah, they weren't really talking about anything particularly important. At the time you walked up, they were seemingly talking about the current situation where the halfling lives and how things have improved a lot over the last couple of years. And it was kind of towards the end of that, oh, well, you know, everything's going, oh, hi. Like, it was that kind of...
Also, is the town, like, normal? Does the town know what just happened at the castle?
The city seems relatively unaware. Yeah, they don't seem to be particularly panicked or concerned in any way. And there are still guards that were not in the castle at the time that are outside still patrolling. So even the guards themselves are also unaware. Odion will go ahead and stand and give their guest a bow. And as they walk past, they kind of give you a small kind of reassuring touch on the shoulder, Nawi. Just a signifier of just mutual respect, really, as they step past. And they will pull up a seat from an empty chair and join you at your table. You notice immediately, or Nawi is probably the first to notice, that they don't stand from the chair. They float upwards and kind of skim along the surface. They don't actually walk. They simply carry themselves across. They'll go ahead and take a seat next to you.
Great. It's a flump dressed as an elf.
Wait, sorry. Odion doesn't stand?
Yeah, Odion floats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
Odion floats.
Odion didn't float last time we saw them, right?
Odion floated the last time you saw them.
Was Odion in the sky?
No, you yourself, Dewan, having lived with Odion for a while, you know that Odion is disabled.
Oh.
They are disabled from the waist down.
Okay.
So they either have their chair on hand, which is what they were sitting in during your meeting in the town, or they will use levitation to carry themselves across.
Sure.
Yeah. Odium will go ahead and take a seat. And will immediately turn to back to Nawi and say, I appreciate the compliments, but I assume you're not particularly interested in party tricks.
I love parties.
Then I apologize. I was in error.
I think they may have other questions if you know a lot about magic. We just saw lots of things.
They pull their they'll go ahead and pull their hood down now that they're a little more comfortable. And you can see indeed that these long braided locks now seem to be more colored than you saw them at first, whereas they were kind of black brown before, with kind of hints of purple and pink throughout. There are now more solid kind of highlights through the majority of their hair. As they kind of pull this down, you can see that the garb underneath is very much like the one you saw them originally wearing. The kind of tunic underneath with the same kind of purple and pinks and blacks all mixed together. It is also, as they kind of pull their robe away, that you see a small collection of what appears to be like a stack of knives to the side of their belt. There seems to be a layer of probably about 6 at this point, of just these knives stacked on top of each other. And as they pull this down and pull this away, I don't exactly get the opportunity to have many discussions with anyone, so I will happily take whatever socialization you wish to give me.
So Mara messages Dawn. This person can be trusted. Okay.
Yeah, Dawn. Just based on my one note.
Yes, Odian can be trusted.
And Dawn's gonna say out loud to Odian. Odian, have you heard anything or seen anything strange in the city while you were here?
That's like asking someone if they've gone to New York and saw anything strange.
I mean, listen, if even if it's like the strangest thing, I feel like it could be helpful. Okay? Unless it's, oh yes, I saw someone peeing in an alley. That's not strange. That's normal.
Strange for us or strange for the city? Because I do remember an incredibly inebriated individual attempting to climb the Bloodstone Monument. And that's awfully strange for us, but for some reason I don't feel like it's particularly strange for the city.
I think I've been gone for the village too long. That doesn't even sound strange to me anymore. Not.
There is a slow and knowing nod from Odian.
Not quite what I was trying to get at when I said strange, although that is, I guess, strange. But just, I don't know, any bad vibes.
Well, you're a magic user, right? Say obviously. Have you?
I dabble.
And well, that was a very impressive display there with the tea. But have you really felt any strange energies or anything like that? Preferably not preferably, obviously, but more like dark energies.
There's nothing that really particularly comes to mind, but then again, I'm probably not the one to ask. My I spent a lot of time in cities in my youth, but nowadays I only tend to frequent a few days a year at most. Dewan will tell you, I'm mostly a homebody these days.
I was.
Sorry. You mentioned you were sightseeing. Any particular sights you were meaning to see?
With the information you gave me, in addition to other things I've heard from what few passing individuals there are in our town, I decided to check in with a few of my friends, a few of the people that I had spent quite a lot of my time studying with over the years.
And what have you found out?
Nothing interesting, which always means there's something interesting to find. One thing's for certain, the Meshkana was never boring. There's always something spicy going on. But alas, the people I spoke to had no knowledge of anything particular going on. Nothing related to the information you told me anyway, so...
Was that
Taking up a sip of that tea.
person? Was that person you were talking to? Is one of your contacts? Yes.
Oh, no. She's just an old friend.
Oh.
Soon after I left the city that I was trained in, I ran into a spot of trouble, let's say. Let's keep it simple and say trouble. The wonderful lady over there, she took me in, dressed my wounds, looked after me for a while. I promised that as repayment, we would make sure to spend some time and spend a pot of tea together whenever I came back to the city. It is as simple as that. A good friend, and someone I treasure dearly.
That sounds nice. So, what information have you uncovered, if anything? Perhaps we could compare notes? And I like the people who take notes.
Maybe not here.
Yes. Do you have notes? And I look back at Odian.
Nothing that anyone who would visit the Magicanum wouldn't know.
Oh.
Nothing secretive, lucrative, unfortunately. They seem to be increasing their efforts in training individuals more swiftly than they usually would. They usually do that when something is going horribly wrong and they need a backup plan. I think that's the spicy thing I need to find out. But I'm running out of people that I can poke.
Poking may be more dangerous these days.
That's all right. I'm more than capable of defending myself.
Even if you were dealing with the Magicarnum, I feel like it's tricky business these days.
One of the things that he kind of chuckles to himself now. Take another sip of tea here before. One of the many things I learned while training in the arts that I trained in is the ability to drop off the map at will. I'm pretty good with that. And if anything particularly poor does happen, well, mages are very good with spells, but not quite as good with daggers and swords and the like.
Very weak jaws.
Wait, like this is out of character. Jesse asking, is Odian a rogue? Does Odian have some rogue points?
Odian is a rogue bard sorcerer multiclass.
This is where Dawan learned her rogueness.
In that case, you would know that he is a very specific kind of rogue. He is a blade weaver.
Ooh.
A blade what?
They are a blade weaver.
Blade weaver, okay.
So, how long did you plan to be in town?
I wasn't planning on staying longer than a few days. In all honesty, I very much share your opinion on cities. Not a huge fan anymore of a lot of people in compact spaces. Other than that, resupply, see if I can pick up anything nice. I'm glad I ran into the group of you.
There's a very
people I've met
interesting
before.
shop. I talk over. You want something nice? There's a very nice shop. There is a dragonborn who is a little fresh for my taste, but he has nice things. Just watch yourself. He is very fresh.
I see.
We have come across people. I don't know if I want to say people. Things wearing other things' faces. So be careful of who you actually do trust, even if it's someone you've known for a long time, because it didn't seem to be a glamour. It seemed almost on a cellular level. So just be careful.
Curious. All right. Yes, I shall. I'll make sure to be... They'll stop for a moment. Kind of like trying to suss you out to make sure that you're not just BSing them, basically. No. Kind of look into your eyes, realize that you are telling the truth, and they'll just nod. Yes, I will be careful. Thankfully, I'm a little bit of a hermit anyway, so I don't particularly tend to be bothered.
At least one of the members of the M group were replaced. We're not sure if others may have been.
Understood.
Well, we don't know if they were replaced necessarily, but someone pretended to be them.
All right, I'll make sure to keep an eye out and be careful what information I let loose. I must say, this is a far more eventful conversation than I was planning. I really thought that you were going to...
Well,
try
it was
and
a
put me
far
through small
more
talk.
eventful conversation I was planning as well, but you look like you were getting ready to leave, and I thought I should warn you. Especially since you like to poke.
That's fair, I suppose. I'll take another sip of tea. Kind of lean back in their chair a little bit. I must ask, because I am incredibly curious. Where did you pick up the rest of your party? Because I definitely don't remember seeing some of these faces before.
In a cave in another village here. Where else do you find party members?
Here and there, we're a magnetic group.
No, what it really is these two. And she points to Orin and Aridin. They're bound for something great. And so they gather others to them to help them along their path.
Oh, that's a much nicer way of saying what I was going to say, in which
She's a bard.
these two get in a lot of trouble and everyone feels like we need to help them.
I will be honest, I'm new here. I'm not quite sure what is going on, but everyone here is quite lovely to me. And so I plan to stick around.
Yeah, to be honest, I side with Dewan. I tend to be a fuck up, so it's always nice to have nice friends here to help me out.
Are you looking for people to travel with?
Would you like to join him?
DM and NPC. You mean my new best friend?
Odium will
Would you like to stay forever?
Odium will pause for a long moment at that question as they look at Noe with a strange sense of respect. Of like, wow, she really did just come out and say it. All right, I can respect this. But it's also a modicum of shock that kind of comes across them, breaking their like relatively cool and concentrated facade. Gonna be honest, that's not what I expected to come out of your mouth there.
I'm sorry.
No apology needed. It's just I don't know, but it's just I wouldn't be opposed to it. Not for long, but a stretch of the arm muscles would prove beneficial, I suppose. I was about to say for someone of my age, but frankly, I feel a lot older than I actually am.
You don't look a day over 400.
Flattery will get you everywhere.
I know.
I appreciate the sentiment. And then their concentration kind of switches as they will turn over to Mara real quick, and you need to tell me who trained you. Because
my mom and my dad.
I'm aware.
And she'd give their titles because this is Mara and she's proud of her parents. So she'd list all their titles. But for the next little bit, actually, we're just going to be doing some home renovations. So I mean, you can join us for that if you'd like.
All right, building is not my particular forte, but
well, we have to clear out the building first.
That's more my forte.
Yeah.
I don't suppose you know anywhere where I could get some high-quality daggers, do you?
Oh, I do.
Let me take you over to my friend Kata. I'll get you a discount and everything.
He loves us.
Kata's like, leave the store. Just get out.
Oh, dear. Sorry, that made me laugh. Odian's face goes to kind of like a whoa, that was too much. But then they'll quickly kind of regain their composure. Just, all right, that was enthusiastic,
Well,
very enthusiastic. Yes, these. He'll kind of tap the side pouch on their side. Just, they're getting on. And unfortunately, most of the more interesting items I have either given away or sold to people or have lost one way or another. If I'm going to accompany you for a short while, I want to make sure that I'm making myself useful.
sure. The shop's right down the road here.
Wonderful. Would anyone like to finish their tea first?
Nara would finish her tea.
Aoi takes her tea outside to Lupa.
Does Lupa drink tea?
Yeah. No, he's not big on tea. Lupa likes tea.
That's
Jack Randa was just watching everybody else drink.
just like, I'll have some water, I guess.
Yeah. Well, just
When-
watch.
when- Odin. Oh my god, it's not Odious. Oh god, wait.
Odian.
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 When Odian's like, anyone want to finish tea, I just take the pot out to. Lupa will finish it. Oh, also, this is Lupa, and she like lifts her head up over the window.
Rather majestic creature. Greetings.
She says you
And-
smell nice.
Odian will actually bow, give like a full regal bow towards Lupa.
Like
Nice.
leans her head in and just like licks him. She
They
says you
seem-
also taste nice.
They seem to have like another little break in their general calm demeanor as you see a smile creep over their face. They're just friendly creature. I'm glad my scent and taste is pleasant. That's a weird sentence to say, but I suppose I've said it now.
Cat, 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 cat.
Cat.
Invisible cat. Oh.
Yeah, the cat is now invisible, but it's a cat. That's the important part. Streams saw a cat.
For a brief moment, the stream saw a cat. Also, I accidentally stepped on my second monitor, and so there's nothing displayed on my second monitor. But we're still on stream, so I'm not gonna touch a
We're still on
goddamn
stream,
thing.
we're still live, but the technology is feeling it.
Yep.
It's just taking a nap. It doesn't actually need to be on.
Yes, he's in the dark.
No idea what's happening.
So we're headed to our Chicatas.
Yes, as long unless anyone had anything else they wanted to do.
You want to be on this episode of Fixer Upper?
Okay.
Okay.
Y'all take the walk up through the streets back to Carter's store. The goblin individual is no longer in the front of the store. You imagine they're probably in the back sorting out whatever stock. Carter still seems to be doing the books at this point and is kind of leaning just casually relaxed against the desk, filling out this ledger with an intense look of boredom on his face. You can go ahead and
Mara
step
go
in.
up to him and bow.
Carter will
Carter,
immediately
you-
jump as the door opens. Just, hello
You,
again.
you most illustrious maker of fine things. Oh yeah, she's trying to butter him up, and it's obvious she's trying to butter him up, but this Mara.
He'll smile and just kind of he'll play along a little bit more playfully, and that's coming from you, my favorite sword slinger. What exactly can I do for you?
I bring you a new customer. This is our friend Odian. He is in search of blades, but of the smaller variety.
Blades of the smaller variety. How small are we talking? Like toothpicks? Or...
Ooh, do you sling toothpicks? She turns to Odeon, because that would be amazing.
Odeon will kind of chuckle a little at the comments. No. Not toothpicks at the very least. I'm looking for the best dagger you have. I only need the one. But the best dagger you have. And Carter will look towards Odeon. Just, I don't think I've seen you around here before. Best dagger. Well, I did spend a lot of my time recently enchanting this and that. I'll see what I have.
And can we get him the friendly discount? Not the friends and family discount, just the friendly discount.
You hear from the back, I'll think about it.
No, I have the friends and family discount. They're friends and family, yes. I say to the group because Kata left.
Odeon will chuckle again and just... That's an interesting fellow, to say the least.
He's a dragon.
How does that
That's what Mara says.
They're a dragon born.
No, I think he's really a dragon.
They'll turn towards the rest of them and just see whether the rest of the party believes this, or whether this is just a Mara thing.
It's just a Mara
thing. If Odeon looks at Dawan, Dawan's just like, yeah, that's our Mara.
I don't know how to express. Now his face is usually blank, so.
We theme music always.
Yeah, that wasn't words. That was just Dawan's like.
Yeah, it's looking for the lack of affirmation on everyone's faces. Odeon will just. Okay. Well, in that case.
Listen, he is older than old, and very magical. I think he's a dragon.
He could be an elf.
I'm old and magical. You don't see me.
But you're also not scaly.
We don't have proof
Mara,
that he's
that's
not a
very
dragon.
nice to say. Who knows where his scales might be, if he has any scales.
Now he's like looking in a sword.
Oh, now I want to see the scales.
Now he's like looking in a sword. Dragons can take many forms as they get older. They could look like a cat or a dog or you or me.
A goose.
This is true.
A goose.
Or a duck, even.
Now he thinks
Any
about the
type of
ducks.
bird.
Now he thinks about the ducks.
Now he's suddenly like, the ducks.
Yeah, you took the feathers from a dragon. You
Full of
asked.
scales now.
I suppose they could, yes. My grasp on draconic habits is a little lacking, unfortunately, so I couldn't exactly say. But if that's what you believe, Mara, then I will trust you.
You're probably right. A dragon couldn't put up with me.
I think a dragon would like you quite fine.
Absolutely, Mara. I mean, dragons put up with me for a wee bit, so...
I know several that would love your company.
Wait, I didn't hear this story. What?
We didn't tell you about the time in the fire plane.
You told me you went to the fire plane, but you didn't tell me about dragons.
Yeah, he was a member of the council, and he started off looking human, very bland looking, boring looking guy, and
like Kata.
Well, Kata's very much more flamboyant than this particular gentleman, Nurthan. But then he was like, all right, yeah, I'll give you a ride. And we're standing on top of the castle waiting for a ride. And all of a sudden he turns into a fucking dragon. It was quite impressive.
It is quite dramatic.
Let's see. You know a dragon. Soup knows a dragon. Now we know it's
we should just
a
assume
dragon.
people are dragons until we know otherwise.
There's not that many dragons to assume everyone's a dragon.
Yeah, but I feel like on the safe side, I mean, just maybe they're a dragon and
All right,
just
it's a new policy. Dragon until proven innocent.
yes.
I've never seen a dragon be a tree, so I don't think Jacaranda could secretly be a dragon.
Maybe
I could be.
maybe you just haven't seen a dragon be a tree.
That's true.
I could be a dragon.
I think you'd be a good dragon.
I do too, actually. I think that would be cool. I could fly. I
Would
would
you
do
like
that.
flying?
I think I would. I think I would really like to fly. I mean, I do. I am a dragon, and I do fly sometimes.
Oh. That is quite lovely.
Is
Is
that
anyone else a
convincing?
dragon? No, is anyone else a dragon?
I'm just human, unfortunately.
I'm actually a wyvern.
Oh, that is quite fascinating.
That makes sense.
I am not a dragon, I just have some scales.
No wonder the
Six
cats
tails?
follow you around. You're probably all nice and warm.
You do have a dragon mask though, Naui.
Yes, to go with the scales.
So you could perhaps be considered
No,
dragon
not
to
perhaps.
some.
I'm like dragon adjacent. I'm a dragon's kid, yes?
Dragon spawn.
You're a
Yes.
dragon's kid.
I'm a bright scale.
Oh,
There's a few footsteps.
I don't think I ever knew knew that about you.
It's not come up.
really hasn't.
So yeah, so Orin, I think everyone is a dragon until proven otherwise. And
Now he looks at her hands. Am I a
you're gonna have to
dragon?
come to my
Yeah.
room tonight so you can tell me all about this story.
No, he's just
Yeah.
having an existential
Yes.
crisis in the
Just
corner.
like,
Like,
I am a dragon.
There's a few footsteps from the back as Carter will waltz out and just. I believe historians say that anything that isn't considered a dragon itself is considered draconis. It's the family name, so to speak. And trust me, I'm not a dragon, but I am nothing if not guilty. And he'll throw a wink at Oren before setting something down onto the counter. Just for your viewing pleasure, Mr. No. I just
Odion?
gesture before. Odion. Call me Odion. Mr. Odion? Just Odion is fine. Thank you.
Do you have a last name, Odion?
I do.
But do you
It's
go
been a
by
long-
it?
It's not a name I particularly use for any. It's been a while. It's been a long while, and I have my own reasons.
Oh, okay.
No harm done. They'll step forwards, and as they kind of come forwards, they will throw just a little gesture to Carter of just a little bit of suspicion, while Carter just grins back with kind of like an eyebrow raised and a hand pointed down. You see lying on the side here a incredibly sharp silverish blade that seems to almost slightly glow. The actual make of it is very kind of very regal almost. There's a lot of silver and golds etched into the pommel itself. And the blade itself seems to be incredibly well made. And Odium will take a look, pick the blade up, swing it to the side, swing it to the side again. Just kind of rock it up and down a little bit. Right. I suppose this will do. Would you mind if I gave it a quick test run? And Carter will just smile away and just, of course, trust me. And your friends will attest that I spend as much time as needed making sure that everything is perfect for my customers. As they clear a little bit of space, Odium will go ahead and pull the rest of the blades on their belt and lay them out just straight across. You watch as there's a small magical jolt on their fingers as they pick up a blade, pick up one of their old blades, and one by one, just casually drop them to the floor. And they will leave just this one blade in response. As they sit there, the little small pulses of energy begin to not grow, but they seem to intensify in their light as their hand touches the pommel. They'll wait and wait and wait before there's a slight spark. They'll pick their hands up and then reach down, collect the rest of the blades, and line them back in exactly the same place as they were. Then, almost like a deck of cards, they roll their hand over each blade, turning them over. As each blade now turns, you see every single dagger now has the same buzzing, radiant glow as the first dagger did. They hold a hand up, and the daggers come to life and spiral around their hands, creating this slow, spinning, almost gauntlet of daggers at this point. They go ahead and push their hand up and release, and as they do so, the blades scatter and float in the air in a pattern. Odium will smile a little bit and begin to just twirl the blades around as they float in front of him and begin to crisscross. Yes, I think this will do quite nicely. We'll go ahead and twist their hand again as the blades come back down and spin and then lay themselves back out onto the table. Let me go ahead and party with this, and this should be enough to cover the costs for creating such an item again. And they pass a small pouch over to Carter, who will, just a little suspiciously, take it, take a look inside. Their eyes go wide as they pull the pouch closed. Just carefully tuck it into their purse. I think that will do nicely. Thank you for your patronage. I'll smile and throw another wink, this time at Odium. Seems a little phased, more than flustered. Just a little kind of like, okay, we're doing this now. He'll nod and turn to the rest of the party. Well, this has been incredibly eventful. Should we step outside?
I have something to do, but everyone else can.
I'll smile, give you a little head nod before they make their way outside.
I'm gonna talk to Kata.
Go ahead. Is everyone else present?
I
think we all left.
Mara
I
would have
think
left.
I'll leave as well. I was like waiting, but then I'm like, is this like a private? Okay, bye.
Yeah, Dawn, it would look at you, Naui, and just if you are like making no moves to leave, then Dawn's just going to leave. Like, oh yes, okay, you need to talk to Kata, of course.
I will see you outside.
As we're walking out, Oren's just gonna lean into Dawan and, do you think that she's gonna kick his ass again?
Comes out. Oh, felt good.
I think if she was going to kick his ass, then she wouldn't mind an audience.
That's true. He's probably safe.
For now. We'll see.
Define safe.
Oh no, I'm in danger.
Carter is still very much within punching distance. don't let that fool you. Yeah, okay. So it's just as everyone leaves, it's just you and Carter in the room.
I walk over with my satchel of monster bits because last blacksmith was like later. No, it was like I'm impatient. Later doesn't exist. It just kind of puts it on the counter and like kind of I was hoping we could make some things out of these things. To remind you, I have the lightning tail. I have some back spines from the Hydra. I have a full set of Hydra teeth, and I have a fire breathing gland.
And you have something for Mara.
I have something from Mara?
Yeah, like somebody's hide, because she was gonna have it made into
Oh yeah, don't you have? Didn't we
armor.
take like extra Hydra hide?
You
Yes.
have Hydra. Yes, Hydra
hide, because
Hydra
it was
hide.
yes.
It was-
Hydrate.
it was
Hydrate your
fireproof
hydras.
or electric proof, something.
Yeah.
Some proof Mara was gonna have armor made.
Yeah.
That's all I remember.
Isn't it like? Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
it had resistance to fire. Yes.
So I,
Yes, you have a whole bunch of Hydra hide, and then these other items. Okay, Carter will go ahead and inspect. They'll hold the lightning tail up first. Interesting. Easier to work with than it probably looks. I could fashion a decent
would like
pole
a-
arm out of this.
a spear would be lovely, yes.
A spear, sorry, just to confirm, something long and two-handed, or enough to be able to use either one or two-handed?
One or two-handed, sometimes I have to hold on to Lupa's reins.
I see.
Reins, like her fur.
I was like, what? She has reins? What?
No, it's like her fur.
I can do that. As for the other things here, there's probably enough hide to make a couple of sets of armor, depending on who I'm making it for. I know there's a lot here, but there's also a lot that is either damaged or will end up as trimmings.
Yes, I did my best. Just enough for Mara is okay, and anything extra we can give to someone.
No, you did incredibly well. It's also
I
just the nature
was
of the hide
thinking-
itself.
I was thinking one of the teeth could be a dagger. The rest of the teeth, do you make jewelry?
I've been known to dabble.
Would you be able to make a necklace out of the rest of the teeth and the spines? I don't think these spines, they are quite thin. They could be arrow tips, but they are quite flimsy. Some broke in my bag.
It's all right. Some arrows, a dagger, possibly some kind of jewelry, spear, and some
Oh.
armor.
And I hold the fire breathing gland. I don't know what to do with this, but it is how it brews fire. I thought someone like you would find a use for it. Is a trade?
They'll very carefully take the gland. Yeah. Well, they'll take the gland out of your hands. Kind of, almost as if they're looking at a gem or a jewel. They kind of begin to quite heavily inspect the gland itself. This is finely done. This is good quality. Very, very little damage. I will accept this as payment for the items that you wish to have been made.
Thank you.
And this reinforces my story that Mara gave him. There's the Hydra. We killed it.
Thankfully, these items are already enchanted. So, just give me a few moments. I should be able to
Oh,
magic something up.
Oh, well, that is lovely. I thought it would be a few days, which I was going to see you have time for. I do have a question for you, Kata, and I switched to Draconic. I guess question is the wrong word. I know you are a dragon, but perhaps you have forgotten, cousin.
That's an interesting theory you have.
It is no theory. Someone is hiding something from you. Or you are hiding something from yourself.
I was certainly created by dragons. I do not believe I myself am one.
I'll lean back. Well, I suppose you will find your truth when you are ready. I may not be back for these things myself, but I'll make sure the party gets them.
I'll keep them aside.
And now I will come outside. If people want to do stuff before she's outside, but now I will. I'm good.
It's a moment of ponderance. As Carter will watch you leave. We'll stay there for a moment, just kind of looking at the door as you rejoin the party before they retire themselves away from the front. Back through the curtains into the back. You would all see this brief moment of thought from Carter before they retire themselves. As Naui rejoins the party.
Mara would run in the shop. Don't forget the studs! And run back out.
Fair. You get no response.
Right? She didn't expect a response. But she knows he heard her.
So, how is everyone doing? We did have a fight and everything. Do people need to take a nap, or
Are you planning on punching someone? I'm okay for now.
we said we had to clean up?
Are you going to start a fight?
You said you had to clean out a fortress, yes? So I figured people may want to rest first.
Oh, we're probably not going to do that until tomorrow. We should probably go see if the queen is found that guard.
Oh yes, I suppose we could see what's going on if that lets us near the castle.
Has enough time passed?
You know, it's been I don't know, like an hour maybe.
Yeah, since we were told to leave the castle.
Yeah, this process is likely going to take at least the rest of the day, maybe more.
Oh,
The queen,
okay.
the queen will return, and the queen's going to return and individually interrogate the fuck.
Grade everyone. Oh,
Basically.
We could have a picnic.
Feeling we'll be having a camp outside.
You say camp out, and Naui's eyes literally turn into stars like it's an anime.
sure. We could go camp again. Same spot.
Yeah.
Naui's already on her way.
Wait, no. Okay.
Naui picks good spots. We'll just follow.
Odion just looks at the whole party. I guess we're doing this now. Alright.
Besides, I need some Lupa playtime.
Lupa will gladly play a few.
Actually, long resting. I just need to play with Lupa.
This is fine.
This is fine.
Yeah, now I will find a spot and set up a camp, and Lupa will happily play with anyone that's happening, because believe it or not, a giant wolf isn't great at helping set up a campsite. Is really better out of the way. Like when you take a dog camping and you're like, no, don't get in the tent, it's not ready. No, out of the tent.
Or
No,
like-
it's not a game.
Or like when you're trying to make your bed and like your cats are like, oh, it's
Yeah.
playtime?
Yeah.
No.
Zoom on the bed, you say.
A zoom zoom.
Yeah, you lead people back through the streets of Scythia and eventually follow the same pathway that you took what feels like a lifetime, but actually was a couple of days ago. Away from the city, away from the farmlands, and you find your same perfect camping spot has been undisturbed by any other camping individuals, so you can go ahead and set up camp back there if you wish. As everyone arrives and begins unpacking everything, Odeon will help where they can, and as sections of the tent are being lifted, they'll go ahead and create the strands to kind of pull things up a little faster. With all of you involved, it's definitely not difficult to get things set up a little bit faster than you would have beforehand. Get yourselves comfortable. As everyone begins to kind of settle down a little, Odeon will pull almost what seems to be a small block from his pouch. And he'll just flick it with his thumb. As he does so, there's a slight tick and a whir. Very familiar to you, Oren. The sounds, the sparking, are very similar to the sounds that you have heard. One particular gnomish individual from your past hear sound before. Little clicks and whirs and sparks as this small box begins to unfold itself into a metallic but rather modest wheelchair. They'll go ahead and just slot themselves comfortably in, and you hear a breath of relief as they kind of take a load off, and they'll press a small button on the side. There's a click and a whir as from the arm of the chair, a small cup of the same floral tea will pop itself outwards, and they'll just... Wonderful.
Did you design that yourself?
No, I wish I had the skills to be able to do this. My tutor spent a lot of time in the country of Partha. One of the cities there has an incredible guild of artificers. People who are very, very good at the more practical magics. I commissioned a few of them to make this for me. It is mostly humble, but I did want one small, selfish modification.
Well, that's very impressive. Friend of mine, Jotra, would be very impressed.
Jotra.
I think.
I recognize that name. Not anything specific, mind you. I just remember it being shouted out during the time I spent in Parthen. Must have met in passing, perhaps.
Jotra wasn't with us when we met.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't know. Because now I'm blanking.
Yes, they were.
Yeah, Jetra's there for Odeon.
Yes, because Jotra had a couple of sessions with Dewan before.
Yeah. I think Jotra left
Before
when
events
Mara
transpired.
came in.
Yes.
Like ships.
So yes,
passing in
Jotra-
the night.
Oh, okay.
Jotra was there when you met Odeon originally, but they didn't really show off the chair at all. It was just kind of covered in the robes and stuff. It wasn't particularly on show.
You would have been
yeah.
very impressed. If you had shown him last time.
I can't help but think he would have tried to disassemble it.
Yeah, it might have been for the better. He wouldn't have shut up about it all night.
Yes.
He's a lovely fellow, but quite the talker.
Quite the talker is an understatement, but I enjoy company. Speaking of company, they'll lift their cup in like a small cheers to old and new company. Take a sip.
Omar casts Speak with Animals and is playing with Lupa.
Mhm.
Then when they're all tuckered out, she'd sit next to Lupa and she would tell the story of her friend Shikari. And she would take out a little piece of fur that she has with Shikari. She's missing Shikari, come on.
Cute.
Lupa would thank you and say, now he has a story to tell you all later before bed. We'll be leaving for a while. But that's her story to tell. I hope I get to meet your friend Shikari, though. They sound lovely.
She would give Lupa extra hugs now that she knows that Lupa is leaving. She's like, oh.
Now he reappears. Now it's been like not in all the festivities. But she comes out from like the brush or whatever, and Dawan, if I have something to show you, I need your help with.
I was gonna say before this happens, if this helps you.
Ooh.
Dewan is like kicking moss together to make things a little softer for where she
Incredible.
sleeps. Just like kind of grumbling about how kicked out of the palace, even though we weren't doing anything.
So now we find you like kicking moss. Oh, I have something to show you. I think it'll help.
It'll help gather moss?
Oh no, no, it'll help you sleep.
Oh.
Because the moss is quite soft and it's quite cool. It is a very. You could take some moss with you if you'd like.
I prefer moss for some, or certain types of moss for its medicinal qualities, but I find sleeping on it leaves you a little damp in the morning sometimes.
Yes, it is. Well, come with me, and now he like absentmindedly like takes your hand and like takes you back to like where she came like out of the brush.
I do not take my hand away.
And there she like took your like wherever you had your tent, she's taken it and moved it. And she speak with animals to talk to the fireflies in the area, and they're like floating around your tent, and she takes you inside, and there's this like 3-person size pillow that is like sage green with this like very naturey like brown edging like around the green to like break up the green, and then around the like lip, like it's like pillow edge, and then like a fat lip band, and then like pillow and edge, and around that is she like stitched in like Elvish. It's like gold thread. I don't know if Dewan knows Elvish.
Do not. I do know Draconic, but I do not know Elvish.
But it's stitched in an Elvish and Sylvan, like intermixed. And now I would let you know that Oh, I'm sorry. I should have checked what you knew. It says, may sleep find you well, and may the morning find you rested. Just a bunch of times.
Dawn is speechless. She's just running her hand. She runs her hand over it. It's so soft.
Yes, Jacaranda helped me find some ducks with the soft feathers. They were quite helpful, and then the queen let me into her fabric room for the fabric. Lupa's been carrying it. You just said that you didn't like to camp, and I like to camp, and now if you have to camp, it'll be comfortable.
Dawan is going to turn around and hug you. And I think this is like, other than, did Mara hug Dawan?
No, she's not hugged Dawan.
Oh, this is the first hug Dawan has bestowed in this stream. Yes,
I've done it.
Dawan is going to hug Naui. And say,
Naui would hug her back, yeah.
Very softly in Draconic, because I have now heard you speak it many times, and I don't think Dawan has spoken it once.
Mm-mm.
Thank you for this amazing gift.
Naui will respond in Draconic. You are welcome. A little later, I have a story to share with everyone that I think would interest you too. But for now, I'm going to go gather the rest of the supplies for dinner. I am glad you like it. I've been quite nervous for the last few days.
Is this why you didn't get any sleep before we entered?
No.
Insight check.
I'm not even going to insight check that. No.
No.
What? You didn't get any sleep.
That one's just gonna give you another little squeeze because she 100% knows you are lying through your teeth.
It's if for whatever reason I did not get sleep, it's very important to me.
It means a lot. Thank you. Would you like some help with dinner?
Oh, if you don't mind, I'm just going to gather some fruits and things. Lupa caught some rabbits earlier, so.
Oh, I could help you gather fruits and
Yeah,
plants.
that sounds lovely. Yes.
And she's also going to point out any medicinal plants that we stumble upon.
Oh, nice. She's very into that.
I feel like there's a trading of, oh yes, we know this, and the verdant Vale. I almost said Gale, not quite.
Verdant Gale.
And you actually, as you go out and have this discussion, you both realize that although you both understand the medicinal properties of a lot of plants, you understand different medicinal properties of the same plants. You often trade information based on, it's like, this plant is fantastic at restoring your wounds. It's like, oh yeah, but in the Vale, we use this to neutralize poisons. And being able to just share that kind of information between you increases both of your medical capacities. I would like you both to go ahead and add +1 to your medicine skill.
Nice.
Yes.
The gays win again.
Yes. Nature girlfriends.
You said add +1?
Yeah. So whenever you make a medicine check, go ahead and add a +1. And that will be a permanent increase. All right. It is out in this rummaging around, collecting things for dinner, that Naui, you begin to hear a very, very soft tune that seems to catch onto the wind. It's not an immediate call, but you can feel the winds blowing in that particular direction. You still have time. Plenty of time.
Thing. She just kind of pauses, and she's like, "We should head back. This seems like plenty." Oh, and I found and now he like kind of like takes out a pouch and it's like, I found some very it's high in nitrogen dirt. I don't know if Jack Aranda is a fan of highly nitrogen full dirt. I don't know if nitrogen exists in this world. I guess it does now. That's the DM's problem to deal with.
I mean, I feel like there's gardening and yes, right? And alchemy.
Yeah, y'all understand
Yeah,
basic.
yeah.
Like,
There's a lot of
things
fantasy
are
nitrogen
highly-
in this. I found some high fantasy nitrogen dirt.
So this world is very much rooted in science as much as it is magic. So yeah, there's
Uh,
y'all understand periodic elements and all that nonsense.
For Jack Aranda, I don't know if Jack Aranda is like wants a lot of nitrogen or a lot of acidity, a lot of alkali, but no, it's like they usually plants like nitrogen. So she found some good dirt, some good worm layer dirt, and heads back and lets people know that she's got everything ready for a meal and a story.
I feel like different soils would be like delicacies, like if they have different like
Mm-hmm.
things in them.
Mhm.
If different
I'm
teachers,
now
different
thinking of Jacaranda as just a dirt andalite.
What?
Andalite from Animorphs. They because they eat different grasses.
Yeah.
I
And
heard
each-
dirt and light.
Yeah, that's what I
So
heard.
you
Dirt
are
and
what
light,
you
and I was
eat?
like, I used.
I mean,
Jacaranda's
technically, I'm dirt
light.
and light.
A
We're all just dirt and light, baby.
a dirt andalite.
Yeah. Yeah. Everyone, if I could have your ear for a moment before we finish our food. I realized today I hadn't told you much about me when Mara was confused about my name and that I have skills, and so I thought I would explain a little bit about where I'm from and about myself. I'm now a bright scale. I am a adopted child somewhat into the clan Bright Scale, which we in the Verdant Vale is the magic of the place when you are part of a clan changes you. And for me, and now I would get up and take off her armor and her shirt and turn around, and down her spine are like emerald flecked with gold scales. I am a
Dragon.
well, I am not a real dragon. I am the head of the clan is Nevin, who is also the head of the Vale. I've never met them, but this is what it means to be a bright scale. There are some that are shadow moons who take on canine features, like a werewolf, but they are not werewolves, and many others. But I came out here to help you all and to find my way, and I believe I have, which means I need to return home at least one more time for something quite important. Not a goodbye or a coming of age. I am of age, but the final rites, as it were.
Another transformation?
Yes. This will take some time for them to prepare for me and for me to ready my body and Lupa's for it. But once it is done, I I think I'll be able to help you even more. But it does mean I have to say goodbye for now. I I know I've only known you a short time, and all of you have been together for quite a while, but I've I don't think I've had friends before this. People in the Vale are lovely, and we are a family, but friends, people who choose to be around you, are quite different, I found. And that is something I truly cherish, and I will miss you all dearly, but when it is done, I cannot wait to see you again. You are all more than welcome to come for the ritual or to come now, but I believe our paths will part for a moment. Um there is and now we'll pause again. Uh, there it is. There is a when I am ready, you will hear a song. And that's when you know the veil is calling you. All you simply need to do is walk towards the nearest tree and you will be there. It could be you, yes, Jack. You do I think you count. I don't know how it would feel for you though. You I don't think you can walk towards yourself, so it's best to find a different tree.
Okay.
But I want to thank you all for helping me see I am more than just a fighter who can help in battle.
You're a friend.
You're much more than that.
I
Sorry, go.
No, you go ahead.
I'll certainly miss you. I hate to see you go, but I know that you have to do what you have to do. One thing, I do want to correct one thing that you said. A lot of times when talking to other people, you'd always say, well, I don't really know. I'm new here. This is their thing. You're absolutely part of this group. But one thing that you're wrong, we're not friends. We're family. All of you. So growing up, I didn't have any sisters. But I like to think that all of you are my sisters now. There's a phrase in Halfling. They call it Tiglak Alfargintu. It means family you fight. I think that you're my found family.
I think my eyes are leaking. I think that's a thing that's happening. So it's just like sap, like coming
Oh no! It was sweet and then it was sticky.
Oh no, what's happening?
No
As
one.
this conversation continues, Mara, you feel a squeeze of the hand. You see
I look towards them.
Eridan's hand just over yours, just kind of squeezing a little. It's an awfully big opportunity. Chance to get away and to learn. Everything's been a lot.
You're hearing the music, aren't you?
She just nods. It won't be for long. I know that.
If you see her, don't trust her, no matter how much you want to.
Aridin will nod before pulling you in for a hug.
Mara gives her a hug, and then she gives her a big old kiss.
Yeah.
Get shit. Aridin will be a little shocked at first, just with the the straight up.
With the fave.
But they won't. They won't decline. Let's be real here. They won't decline.
When Aridin kind of like motions that she'll also leave, now he looks at Mara. I'll be busy, but Lupa will watch over her to make sure she is safe while she's with us.
Mara walks up to Naui. Can I have a hug?
Of course, my friend. Well, and like I guess we're sisters, so yes.
She gives Naui a big hug.
Lupa would also like a hug, she says.
She gives Lupa another hug. We'll make sure that we clear out a campsite nearby the fort as well.
Thank you. I have some things with Kara. I let him know that you all would pick them up for me.
Okay. We will.
And then now he goes to Jacaranda. I need to thank you, Jacaranda. I never knew just how beautiful that the world could be before I met you.
It's happening again.
You've shown me just a way to find beauty in everything, even in the heat of battle, and that is something I've never had before, and something I will make sure is put into the storms of the Vale. And she motions to hug you.
Yeah, of course. I'm glad I could help.
She goes to Oren. I almost said Orem because of fucking Expansion Unlimited.
Right?
It was also a halfling.
I was like, oh, Liam!
Liam, I know you're watching. Oren, remember in those caves we were in or whatever? I remember I was quite short with you about meditation, but I have to say that I actually did appreciate what you showed me. I had not seen meditation like that before. I have a temper, and it has gotten quite frustrating down there.
I completely understand. It's fine.
If you do ever come to the Vale, there are some who have studied the fire plane and fire magics. They may know more of your sisters you seem interested in. I will put in a word and see if they can gather information for you.
That would be lovely.
And now he like stares awkwardly at Dewan.
Waiting.
Oren's
in the
gonna
wing.
give you a quick hug around your leg real fast.
Now he will hug Oren.
That one's gonna wait until Oren steps away, and then she's going to step forward. I will have given a little bit of what's it called?
Rajivu smoothie?
Drugs? I gave Lupa some weed.
Food.
I gave Lupa some dog nip, and no, I gave
Dog nip.
dog weed.
That's a thing.
It is the thing.
I think
That's
it
why
is.
I said it. Yeah. No. While Nai was saying her goodbyes, I will have given a charge of my restorative ointment to Aridin because I don't play favorites. But it also means that I will step forward with a tiny little jar of restorative ointment for you, Naui. And I'm going to take your hand and press the little jar in your hand. So I'm like clasping one of your hands, basically. I don't know what you'll get up to, and I know you can take care of yourself. But just in case, this is to help you. Be safe. Come home soon.
I will be counting the days.
I'll be counting the hours.
Oh, well, now it feels like a contest. But what is shorter than hours and days? Is there something else?
Minutes. Or
Minutes.
seconds. You could do seconds.
What are seconds?
There's-
I don't.
We'll talk about time when you return.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen clocks before? You must have seen clocks.
She gives you a look that's like, yeah, what?
Sure.
We'll talk about
Mm-hmm.
clocks.
Oh,
Does the
okay.
queen know you're leaving?
I will send word, so she does not worry. She is a friend of Clan Brightskull. She knows of our ways.
Are you gonna come back as a dragon?
Oh my god.
I will come back different, but not a dragon. You are. I will send you a party invite.
Well, just
To-
make sure you come back.
I will come back. And looks at Dewan. I have too much here to not come back for. And she'll give Dewan a hug.
Oh, see, I was gonna go for the secret girlfriend's knowing, longing, tension-filled glance, but no, I will give you a hug in return.
Oh, okay. So no, she gives you a hug, and then like she does the like half unhug where you're like your faces are really close. That's what she was going
forehead press. Forehead
Mhm.
press.
for. Yeah,
Yes.
and
The
she
ultimate sign of feline affection.
she says in Draconic, "I will come home to you."
And, Zawan responds in Draconic, I'll be waiting.
And then she kind of looks off in the distance and whistles for Lupa to come over, and gestures for Aridin. You can get on Lupa; it will be easier for you. And you see in this tree this archway start to open, and inside you see this lush sunlit path, even though it is evening here. And it's empty and it's a wide expanse, and now when he looks back one more time and says, "Until we meet again, my friends, farewell," and walks through, and it slowly closes back up and looks like a standard tree again.
When it closes back up, Mara says to Dewan in Draconic, "Looks like you're gonna get used to sleeping outside."
Suddenly I'm okay with it.
The only remnants of the magic that once cling into the air for just a moment are small collections of a type of flower, a petal, that no one apart from Jacaranda would recognize. Slightly more fey in origin. These salaki flowers are often used as a homecoming flower. Welcome back to comfort, back to a safe place. And as this magic fades, everyone pauses. You hear a clap as you just hear, well, this wasn't what I expected, but frankly, I'm just happy to be included. As Odeon is just sat with their tea, sipping away, hoping that their attempt at humor... it's fine. I'll
I feel like them talking startled Jacaranda because she totally forgot they were there.
Yeah, Dawan is like a looped up kitty right now.
Boy, the sisters fight.
Have you been there this entire time?
Mara's like, are you guys blind? Of course he was there.
I was a little preoccupied.
They will let out a small smile as they kind of sink into themselves, still sipping away.
And then Mara would turn to Odeon. This is why they need someone. People just sneak up on them.
I understand now. Good night. They'll click a small section of the side of their chair, which will pop out a small, modest pillow. They'll kind of rest their head on as the chair begins to recline. It's almost like a kind of as it reclines backwards, they kind of just like...
I'm sorry, I know I'm not here, but just the fact that it's like, good night, and just like lay down.
Yeah, right.
All right, I'm still here. Good night.
It's that dramatic slow process as well, where it's you just like, catch you later. Bye.
Where they're like, please stop perceiving me at this moment. Good
Yes.
night.
Bye.
Yeah.
Like you're all birds, and they put the cover on. Like, all right, well, bedtime. Good night.
And with that, as you all rest in each other's company and find comfort in companionship and this family, this strange and sporadic family perhaps, but a family no less, you find yourselves to rest for the evening. And it is there that we shall wrap our session. And Finn,
I had to keep so many tears back. I was over here going, oh god.
Yeah, I actually like started getting teary-eyed when all that was happening. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna have Jacaranda do that too.
you had to pull the we're not friends, we're family.
The reason I kept myself from not laughing is in my head. It's like when Vin Diesel comes in as a sick fucking card trick.
Dawan was this close to being like, yeah, you're not my sister,
Oh, God.
Nawi.
Yeah.
All right, just to clarify, I had that in my head, like I was gonna say it at some point before freaking Fast 9 came out. All right, this was not a Vin Diesel thing.
You know what's more powerful than Blade Singers? Family.
Oh no!
Oh my lord.
You know what's
Okay.
powerful? A lit
Oh.
family.
Is that tears of emotion or tears of laughter? I can't
Yes.
tell. Oh.
Both.
Just both.
Yes.
Just do
Correct.
both. And then
Yes.
yeah.
Oh gosh. All right, y'all. It has been an absolute pleasure. We're a little over, so I'm gonna go do a very quick round the horn and just let people plug what they want to plug real quick before we head off tonight. Gonna start opposite way around I usually do. So Melissa.
Oh, that's me. Yeah, the things I do are usually on my Twitter. So that's where to go.
Melissa has a Twitch stream.
It's so much geek on Twitter and Instagram and also Twitch, but I'm not doing that stuff again yet. But yeah, Twitter is the best place to hear about things I'm doing.
So check out their store. It's on their
Oh
Twitter.
yeah, and I do have a store too.
Awesome. Adam.
There you go.
Hello, I'm Adam. Catch me at Adam Hardy VO at Twitter and Instagram if I'm ever there. But also check out the YouTube channel for Friends Who Roll Dice, because I do post-production for mine in the Martyr, and I throw up music and sound effects for past episodes.
So good.
Then that's available as a podcast as well. Speaking of podcasts, check out my new podcast that I do with my wife. It is called Awkwardly in Love. We have our cover art by wonderful Jessie. It's so cute. Absolutely love it. So if you, I'm emotional here and I'm emotional there too.
That's why I was like, I want to give people a chance, but also let's do this quickly. So we don't just Jessie.
Hi, I'm Jessie, Jahoos the Moose on the interwebs. I do art things. That's it. I finally moved into my new apartment. I'm so happy. That's it. That's the exciting news. That's all I do right now. I do have, I see you, Phoenix M. I do occasionally play a game on Saturday, but not this coming Saturday, maybe? No. Yes. No. Check my Twitter.
Maybe. Check Friends Who Roll Dice's Twitter as well, once we know what's going on there. Rochelle.
I am Dragon Gem on Twitch, the Dragon Gem on Twitter. Yeah, that's right. I stream on my own channel on Sundays and Wednesday nights. I play lots of puzzle games, try to figure things out. Kind of like Mara. Maybe. Anyway. And I really like dragons. Also kind of like Mara. Maybe. But yeah. Just a little bit. And hugs. I really like hugs too. Mara really likes hugs. Anyway, enough about me. Thank you all for coming. I'm here every Monday. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. And Austin.
Hey everybody, I'm Austin. You can find me on Twitter at SailorScottAustin. That's at Sailor SCT Austin. You can also find me every Wednesday on my podcast, it's Secret Histories of Nerd Mysteries. You can find them on Twitter at Nerd Mysteries, or wherever you pod your casts.
So good.
Thank you. You're so good. Other than that, Friday I'll be on our last episode. We've been designing Kids in Capes. I'm on the Kids in Capes team. If you didn't know, we're making a Kids in Capes game. This upcoming Friday on Hunters Entertainment Twitch is our last episode of like the live stream of development, and then like we'll finish making the game off camera. But other than that, I am not really anywhere else. This is kind of my lap week of stuff before I'm taking a little bit of vacation for like a month or so, roughly. Then I'll be back. So I'll be back, but you won't. This is like your last week to catch me places live, and other than that, it'll be pre-recorded stuff. So this has been lovely, and I'm already sad I won't be here. I can't wait to be back.
Can't wait to have you back. But also exciting reasons that you're going. Yeah. So, it's either or. A big thank you to this utterly fantastic cast, as always. I'm a little emotionally drained, but that's okay. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it has been absolutely fabulous as always to GM for y'all. I am Ray, your humble GM for the Mag of the Martyr. You can find me at RedMageRay on Twitter. You can also find me at RedMageRay on Twitch, which I am, swear to God, actually going to stream regularly. I need to get some more things set up on the personal channel, but we'll be doing Final Fantasy Fridays, and we will be doing Sunday in the Stars, which is going to be a space-themed game where I just chat astrophysics stuff and hang out. So, yeah. You can also find me here doing the Mind of the Martyr. You can find me on Fridays on Polished Cryptid's channel, where we play the Stygian Shroud, which is a Curse of Strahd sequel. Yeah, other than that, keep an eye on Friends Who Roll Dice. We have this show. We have an Invisible Sun game coming up, which we have just finalized the cast for, but we have not announced yet, so keep an eye on the Twitters. And we have a bi-weekly Monster Heart show. Scheduling has been a bit of a hassle, but health of cast always comes first. So, we gotta do what we gotta do to make sure that the cast is happy and comfortable. So hopefully that'll be back real soon because they are all fantastic. Other than that, yeah, just keep an eye on the Friends Who Roll Dice Twitter at Friends Roll Dice. And if you fancy supporting the channel at all, go ahead and check out our sponsors, our affiliates, or throw us a subscription. It really helps to keep the channel going and keep our big charity events that we are definitely planning for, watch this space, going. And with that, we shall go ahead and leave you to your evening. A big thank you to Grinding Coffee, to Dice Envy, and to Roll20. Big thank you to you for hanging out with us. We're going to roll a quick credit reel and send the love that you have spent on us elsewhere. It has been an absolute pleasure as always. Stay safe, stay medicated, stay hydrated, and keep moving forward. We will see you next week.